Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, May 31st, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You will see that the futures are trading higher by just 4 points this morning. It looks like the futures are catching a bid as the U.S. dollar index pulls back. The U.S. dollar index futures are trading lower by about 16 cents. Generally, when the dollar is down, the market is up, and vice versa. So that is the case this morning. There is some news out of Europe. Obviously, there's consumer confidence in the UK, which increased a little bit. There also looks to be some more debates about whether Germany is going to kick in more money over the Greece debacle. But, just basic news, nothing earth-shattering here. We do have that Greek vote on June 17th, but either way, we'll watch the dollar. The dollar will tell us everything we need to know. There is another vote coming up in Ireland today on whether they're going to adopt what they call the fiscal compact. It's basically a new way of curbing public debt above 60%. So we'll see how these votes affect the market and how they move the dollar. Really, that's all it comes down to. If the dollar moves lower, the market will get a bid. It was just the ADP job report was just released a few minutes ago at 8:15. It looks like the market is really just taking it in stride. Looks like the ADP reported an increase of 120,000 jobs or something like that. But it wasn't really much of a number or anything that critical there. But either way, the markets right now are just holding steady. And we'll see what it came in. Private sector job report rose less than expected, up 133,000 in May versus 150,000 estimate. So a little bit less than expected there. But either way, futures are slightly higher. Market is in a very, very vulnerable position. And if the dollar starts to move up and you see the dollar creeping higher here, you know what will happen. The S&P 500 E-mini futures will deflate and trade lower. That's the bottom line. All right, let's take a look here at a few other things in the market. One, we're going to talk about gold. Gold is flat this morning. Take a look at the GLD. GLD, you'll see, is trading right now at 151.38. Closed yesterday at 151.91. So reflecting that little $1.1 decline in the spot price. Spot price is trading at 15.65. You do have oil trading up just a little bit today to up 13 cents to 87.95 per barrel. Let's take a look at the USO, which has been under severe pressure. USO is trading at 33.09, closed at 33.02, so that is reflecting it as well. Again, if the dollar goes up, expect oil to go down. Dollar goes up, I think you might even want to expect gold to go down, although gold has bucked the trend on certain days recently. But ultimately, gold will generally trade inverse to the U.S. dollar index. So every trade is really a trade on the dollar at this time. A couple of other things to go over quickly, then we'll look at a few stocks. One, the European markets are holding steady, but the Spanish market has turned negative. So again, that was higher earlier, but the IBEX 35 has gone negative now. It's not down a lot. It's only down about 4 points. Not a big deal, but nonetheless, it has gone negative. You have the German DAX up to 0.25%. It looks like Italy is up 0.6%. France is up, I believe, 0.5%, and the FTSE 100 is actually up 0.75%. So a decent European start, but once the U.S. markets open, that's when things can get and usually do get volatile over there. Last night in the Asian markets, they were all down across the board. The Nikkei falling over 1% again last night. The Shanghai was only down about 0.5%. And that's really what we need to know at the moment. So if the U.S. markets are weak again today, watch for weakness in the Japanese ADRs. They could be weak as well. All right, let's take a look at a few stocks in the news today. We're going to start off with Joy Global. Joy G, better known as its old name. Stock is gapping down today to $56.55, closed at $59. I believe they had earnings. There's really nothing to do here. You're going to get a little bit of support at 55. I don't even really like it there. Watch $50. Anybody looking for a bounce in this, $50 is your area. I think you got to watch the $50 level. Maybe it'll be 50-50 or something around there, but it's going to be around the $50 area if you're looking for any intraday bounce. To get in front of this in this kind of market, it really isn't worth it until it gets down to around $50. Let's take a look at Siena Corp, ticker symbol CIEN. This is a blast from the past. Siena Corp is trading higher to around $12.50, closed at $11.88. I just don't see a lot of upside here until this thing could get above $13.50 on a closing basis. Gets through there, Siena has some legs all the way up to the 50 moving average on the daily chart, which is $14.56, and possibly $15.40, 15 and a quarter, a little bit higher. But until it can get above $13.56, I just don't see a lot of upside here, especially in this kind of market environment. So you want to be careful with that stock. Let's take a look at this biotech here, BMRN. I did see this moving this morning. This is BioMarin, trading down to $36.50. I did a couple quick calculations. You'll have short-term support around the $34.50, maybe $34.70 level. That's an area where you could get a little bit interested for a quick bounce. After that, it would be $33.76, and then all the way down to double bottom on the daily chart from the April lows. It would be all the way down to $31.92 per share. So those three levels you can watch for quick intraday bounces, nothing more than that. Again, keep your eye on the market. Just in case the market starts to sell, all of these stocks that are weak already will be even weaker once the selling begins. Now, I'm not sure that's going to happen today, but just in case it does, you always want to realize that a stock that is weak already has a tendency to decline quicker because it's already in a vulnerable position to begin with. Okay, so that's what we're looking at the moment. I don't see a lot of other things on the docket here as far as big movers. But let's flip over to the S&P 500. We do have the U.S. first quarter GDP revisions out, and we also have, I believe, the weekly jobless claims. So we're seeing the futures starting to drop a little bit. Looks like the S&P is only up 1.25 now. So decent little fall here. We'll see how that plays out. The dollar is coming in as well. So we'll watch that dollar. Dollar's starting to fall a little bit. That may help the futures recuperate a little bit. But either way, looks like U.S. GDP first quarter deflator, a little less than expected, and markets are coming in a little bit more. So again, we're in a vulnerable position on these markets. They're really not showing a lot of strength. We'll see how they hold up and what they give us. But either way, it's going to be one of those volatile sessions again, just like yesterday. So be prepared for that. We'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts tomorrow morning. Take care now.